Hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello, hello. Is my voice coming? Okay, okay. Good. Let's just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then we will start with the session. Okay. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. Let's wait for like till 7:03 and then we'll start the session. See, you can do you want to join a course or like the development team or like that? Good evening, good evening. You can go on DevTown LinkedIn and find the HR, like HR and all those profiles, and can message them if you want. Let's wait for 1 minute more, and then we'll start with the session. Okay. So I think I we can start with the session. Yesterday we completed 4 hooks. Today we will look towards more 4 hooks, and tomorrow we will look at 3 or 4 hooks. I'll decide that last one should be given as a the last one should be given as a homework or a assignment, or I'll just tell you about that how to do that. So now today we will start. Today now we will start with the use memo. Yesterday we looked at the four, and I think you were aware of it that we did use state, use effect, use ref, use ID, and today we will be going to do this use memo. So what this use memo do? First, I'll just give you a brief intro about what use memo will do. It will compute the value of an expenses operation on the basis of the dependency array which is passed. Okay, it is very much similar to use effect, but it is very much vast difference between both of them. So don't confuse both of them. This is what a use memo syntax is. Just look at the syntax. When we will be coding, you will get handy to this particular syntax. So what the use memo do, that it will compute the expensive operation only once. So whenever the re-rendering cycle is happening, they are not getting recomputed. Okay, so it is actually saving us time, because there just imagine that there is a code written and you do not, that code is not changing. When the repaint cycle is happening, that particular code is not changing. So what you do, you put that particular value in use memo, so that it will be recomputed only once if there is an empty dependency array, or it would be recomputed on the basis of the dependency array which is passed. I think everyone knows that what is the dependency array. So in dependency array, like if this dependency one changes, then this would be recomputed. Okay, so you can just make a very good analogy with that. It is kind of a cache memory that it stores the value, and it recomputes only when a dependency array changes. And if the dependency array is empty, then you have to recompute only once. It will compute only once and will not change forever. Now we will move towards the coding implementation part. Okay, I think yesterday everyone got the notes from there. I have posted my GitHub link also. Did everyone got the note yesterday? Notes that I provided, day one notes. Just tell me in the chat section. Have you got the Have you gotten the notes from the community group? Okay. Okay. So join the community group. You will get the. Okay. Wait for a minute. See, you can join the community group for that, so you will get that. Okay, so today we are building for a use memo. I think I am able to make my point clear that what is use memo is doing. Okay, I'll provide in the last. Okay, I'll provide you in the last. Now we can start coding. Okay, let's just wait for a minute. I'll provide it you now. Wait for a minute. Wait for a minute. Uh, this is my GitHub link. Okay, now I think we can start the session. So you have to go to the demo labs. These are the in the source the lab is the full code, and this is the like the template for that code. So we are going for use memo. We will copy paste it. We'll open our lab final because this is what in which we are making. Okay, and we'll make a new file in the lab section, which is use memo lab.jsx. Okay, now I think we can start the session. I am able to make my point clear. If the point is not clear, I'll code it. Then it will be more clear to you, right? Just code along with me. Okay, const n set n. I think this is clear that what I am doing here, the use state thing. That what is a use state use state hook. Now I am going for const x and set x. This is use state, and now here I'll be mentioning the expensive operation that I want that it should be recomputed only when a particular dependency changes. So now the point would be more clear to you. Okay, expensive, just name it as expensive or whatever you want. We'll go for use memo. We will say memorize it. You can just make an analogy with just memorize it. Okay, the use memo say just memorize it and recompute only when I need. For let I is equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, what you have to do, s plus is equals to I. Okay, and I'll say return s, return s. Okay, the dependency array is passed, which is n. So what I have done in this, I have told when this n changes, recompute the value, means the n which I have declared here. I have declared x also, so that you will be able to see that when x changes, this particular thing would not be recomputed. This is how our code should actually work. Okay, so to make you that point clear. Okay, now we will come here, we will look at the input, that input field. In input field we will, what we'll do, will we have given the class name, we will type the type of the input field as number, that a number would be given into this particular field, value is n, and on change catch the event. Catch the event, e refers to the event, and set n to the number, e dot target dot value. Okay, so there is a and in this button I'll be passing to change for set x. Okay, set x. So this would be for on click, what I am saying, on click set x v. You can make any, like, any variable v, b, c. I think this point should be clear in your mind. What I have done here, did I did something wrong? Yes, I think so. What I have to do here, this v would be given v plus 1. Okay, and what I'll do here, this would be giving the sum from 1 from n, and this would be showing expensive here, like the recomputed value. Now we'll change our directory. cd hooks hook playground. Let's just keep this particular thing here and pin it. Okay, now I have to mention in the app.jsx the day 2 part. I'll go to this app.jsx, I'll copy paste it from here. So I think this code you don't have to look. The bootcamp is about the like the functioning of the React hooks. So I think that is our motive, and we will import use memo lab from labs. Okay, now it will be working very perfectly. See, use memo is here. Okay, now when we will go to use memo, what we were doing, what we were saying, see what we were doing, we were saying, see the use memo lab, we were saying that compute this particular thing, or compute the expensive, or you can name it anything, expensive when n is changing. Okay, and don't change when n is not changing. Are you able to get my point, what I'm trying to say? Okay, so when we'll type anything in it, suppose 1, we are just updating it, 1 2 3 4, what is happening here, you will see this field would getting be updated. Okay, and why it is getting updated? Because it is a n, because we are defining n here, it is getting changing, it is getting changed, and expensive operation is recomputed, and it is displayed here. Okay, now we will like change the x value, and you will see that this expensive operation would not be not be upgraded itself, it will remain the constant as it is. So see, when I am clicking the unrelated, it is not showing anything. It is remaining constant. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say. What wanted to convey to you. Okay, so or you can see, like you can just we are missing a x here. Okay, we are missing a x here. So when you just refresh it, you come to use memo. So what we are doing when we are updating n, can you see that that recomputation is happening here, that we have mentioned? Okay, but when we are clicking on an unrelated, which is on X, when we are clicking on X, this particular field is not changing because we have used use memo to change only when n is changing. Otherwise you don't have to change, or you don't have to recompute, or you don't, this code would not run. Okay, so we can do a console log statement here. Console log, you are clicking, okay, we have to do it from above the S. You are clicking on n, that is why I am recomputed. Okay, that's why I am recomputed, and I think you are good to go. Now when you see, just refresh, inspect, console.log. When I am updating this, when you are updating, so what is happening? You are clicking on n, that is why I am recomputed is coming. But when you are clicking on unrelated, nothing is happening because it is not getting recomputed. Okay, I think this particular thing is clear. Any doubt you can ask me, or otherwise we'll move to next part, next next part. So I think this point is clear, that the use memo is used to store a uh, particular, like what you say, a data or a value or a variable, that this particular thing would not be recomputed and the such way. Okay, I think this is clear. If clear, just say yes. If any doubt, just ask in the chat section. I'm waiting for 2 minutes, then we'll move to next, because these are very simple. Code link, I think I have given you the GitHub link. I'm not, I'll share it now. I have shared in the starting of the session. Now I'll share in the end only. Okay, now I'll not be able to do again and again. Otherwise, notes have been provided you in the community link. There in that, or in notes, in that notes, there was a GitHub link. Okay, okay. I think all things are clear. Okay. Now we'll move to use callback. So what the use callback would do? So there is a difference between. That's why I have shown you the difference. The use memo will memoize the value of a particular variable, whereas what the use callback do, the use callback will actually memoize a particular function. Are you able to get my point? This is a function like set count c plus 1, and in the similar way, if the dependency array is empty, means it would be recomputed only once. If the dependencies array is having some dependency in it, so this particular function will work when there is change in these dependency arrays. So it is very much similar. If anyone is having doubt in use memo and use callback, just ask me in the chat session, because this is the main difference. I'll tell you the main difference once again. The main difference is it actually recomputes the value, or it memoizes the value and recomputes on the dependency array, whereas it actually captures the function in it. It does not recompute the function, it stores the function. We will see in our hook playground also that how when we are using use callback and when we are not using callback, what is happening. But if this particular thing is creating any doubt, just ask me. Otherwise we will move to playground. That would be clear at that point. I think we can move towards this part, use callback. So we will go towards our this use callback. We'll just take the code from here, close these tabs, lab.jsx. I think you have to change the name. The B is small here. Okay, call back. Okay, wait a minute. Use callback. with what name it is in GitHub. Okay, but it is use callback lab dot jsx. Okay, now I think we are good to go. We have so I'll share the GitHub link in the end of the session too. So we have created this code. Now we will start coding. It is const count. Now I think you are very much handy with this use state and use effect also. With if you are like coding with me, along with me, or after the session, const text going to set text. Okay, now I will create a stable function, or you can comment it as a function using use callback. So this function would be called only when we need it. It will not get repainted. Okay, if the whole component is repainted, this particular thing would not be repainted. Add stable, you can name it anything, use callback, set count, c plus 1. Okay, keep it small, c plus 1. And we have passed then empty dependency array. Now I think you must be clear about that. If we are passing an empty dependency array, means it will run for one time. It will not run for like other times, because we have not passed any other dependency. And we are now making a function without callback. So what will happen, this function will again and again be called, even if this particular function is not needed. This would be recomputed, or you say that this would run again and again. That we will see in our console.log. We will set count c as c plus 1. This is a normal function, so we are not passing anything in it. Okay, now in this change some things, change something. The things that we have to change in this is the input. Here also in input we have given the class name as input. Okay, the value would be text here. The text value would be incorporated in this placeholder. Type here anything, and I'm saying that on change set text as e.target.value. Okay, this particular thing is clear here. The count is here, and in this we have made a child that I'll show you again. Just write the code with me and I'll show you that what we are doing. On add stable in it, that on add normal to it, the add normal to it. So okay, we have made a component, or you can say a function here, which is child, and we are passing labels in it, label and on add. Okay, so label is this, which we have already passed, and these are the functions that we have made now, and you will see that what I was trying to say. Okay, now you'll able to see that what I was trying to say, that okay, we have to import this in our import use callback difference. Okay, go to the GitHub app.jsx. Okay, wait a minute. What it is, callback lab. Okay, now it is coming here. So now you will see that we will go to inspect. We have console. So what we have done, just see here. Just see here. You go to use callback lab. Okay. Now when we opened our component, or when we switched the component, what happened? This function run for the one time. This function also run for the one time. This happens. Okay, so this is what has happened. Child has rendered, like add, you can just think this tick mark and cross, like this is a normal way and this is a use callback way, which we have mentioned here. Are you able to get my point? This is a normal way, this is a add stable way, this is a stable way. We are rendering it here. Okay, this is the rendering point, that is that is actually console logging this particular statement. Okay, so what is happening when you open the component? This the both run for the one time. That is a normal behavior that a particular thing should do. But see, when I am clicking on the add use callback, the add use callback, you will not see it again, because it has computed for once and it has been stored somewhere. You do the component will not repaint it again, and you will see that this particular statement, child re-render add normal, the cross sign will repaint again even if I am not using it. Okay, so now when I do this, see, I have clicked on the add use callback, but still this particular thing is going because it is not added in our use callback. It is getting recomputed again and again. You just click it on again. See, it is again happening. Even I am not clicking on it, but still that particular thing is repainted or recomputed. So this is an optimized way where you just kind of a like use callback just tells the React, see this particular part is recomputed, don't recompute it, leave these line of code, execute the next statement. Okay, so I think this particular thing is clear, that I have shown you both the normal way, and if I am using the normal way, it is actually showing the normal way as it should be. But see, the use callback function is called only once, and it can be used multiple times without getting recomputed or repainted again. Okay, I think this particular thing is clear. Okay, nice, good. Is everyone getting my point, what I am trying to say? That use this is used to store variable, this is used to store functions, like the functions. Okay, now we can move towards use context. So see, the idea of use context is that, suppose there is a data which is defined in one component. Okay, just think of a data, just I have provided this particular image. You can imagine that there is a file in which there are 10 more files. Suppose there is a component, and this component 1 is having component 2, component 3, and in component 2 you are having component 4. And there is, suppose, a data, there is a data which needs to be used by component 4. So what we used to do, that we will send the data to component 1, we will send the data to the component 2, and from data component from component 2 the data would be travel to component 4. Even if the component 1, component 2 do not need this data, but due to the hierarchical structure, like this component 1 and component 2 are the parent of this component 4, they have to pass down this particular data to this. So this is what the prop drilling is. So the data goes from the parent to its children, and to its children where it has to be used. So what the React said that the data should be only passed to the person who needs it. Okay, so the used context is something like this. So what the use context will do, I'll tell you. This particular point thing is clear, that what was happening before use context, that you have to pass from component 1 to component 2 and component 4 where it is used. You have to pass to these component 2 and component 1 even they do not need it. Okay, so what used context do? used context actually creates like a pipeline. Okay, it creates like a pipeline among all the components. Okay, all the components, and it would have data in it. It would have data in it which is flowing through this pipeline. Okay, okay. So whenever this component needs that particular data, it will incorporate in itself. Okay, his father or his parent file does not have to take care of it. So it actually helps us to save the prop drilling. Are you getting my point? That who needs it gets it. Why to like why we need to share it to its parent or the other component? Okay, so it the what the context use context do, it actually contains the data. Okay, it actually contains the data, and it creates a pipeline of a thing, so in which the data is flowing, and this pipeline is connected to all components. Whenever the component needs the data, they use it without like prop drilling. Is this particular point clear? That what I'm trying to say, that what is prop drilling, and with the help of use context we can eliminate it. So see, this is the syntax. So this is the pipeline that is being created by this line. Okay, this is the my context, create context and default value. Okay, so this would create a pipeline of a thing, and it will be connected to all components. And how it will be connected, this my context provider, in my context provider we will pass all the files we want to be connected to this pipeline. Like component 1 would be there, component 2 would be there, component 4 would be there, component 3 would be there. So this pipeline would be connected to these all. Okay, and whenever I need this value is passed. This is the data which would be flowing in the pipeline. Okay, and whenever I want the data from the pipeline in any component, I will use this statement, and I will take that data from the pipeline. Okay, pipeline, I am just creating an analogy so that it is easy for you to like keep in your mind. Okay, now I think we can start with the coding part. It would be more clear to you then. Attendance link would be provided soon. Just focus on what I am teaching to you, okay? Use what we are using, use context lab.jsx. Okay, where I have, okay, I think I have copied the real code. I want this from the template part. I want use context lab. Okay, now are you getting my point? What I tried about the use context, like it how it creates a pipeline. Okay, so now we will see that what this is. Now we will create a const mood context. We will make this, and we will make a create context. Now the pipeline is created. This is the pipeline. Okay, and the components which will be related to this pipeline, I'll tell you that that while we are coding, you will see that what are the pipelines. Just create a function here. See, I am making these functions in one file only, but in real project they are present in like different folders. So just to make you understand very clearly that how the function flow is happening, I have like what you say, I have mentioned them in same preview. Okay, const mood is equals to, just type along with me, then I'll show you that what I have done. Okay, that what I am trying to say, but the main basic point should be clear in your mind that what we have done. Okay, or you can just do one thing. You can do, because this is the part I am not trying to explain to you. You go to use memo lab.jsx, use context. Whereas use context, okay, you can just take these from here, because this is what I am not trying to tell you. These are the like component which would be mentioned in another file. For now I have created the single file, but it would be in another file. Okay, now we will create a const mood, and we are going to set mood is equals to use state. Okay, now we will create buttons in it. Now we will create buttons in it, which is saying that okay, okay. Now see, this is the pipeline that we have created. Now we will actually give the like pipeline the things that it want. What we will say mood context dot provider, and we will be passing it the value that we want to be shared globally, right? That it can be used by anyone. Mood. Okay, now there would be a div. So I think this particular point is clear, that this would be creating a pipe kind of a thing. And now it would be more clear when I tell you from here. Wait for a minute, that what I was trying to do. Just wait for a minute. See what we did. We created a pipe. We told that this would be a pipe which will be connecting all the components, and whenever the component need that particular thing, we will share the data. Okay, so what we did, we created the pipeline, and what we passed in it, we passed a component in it. So this mood preview is the component in it, which would be actually shared this mood data whenever it needs it. Okay, so when you go to app.jsx and to day 2, use memo, use callback, use context. I'll explain you once again, if because this is one of the most important hook that everyone should know. We will actually import use context lab. Okay, use context lab. So it would be giving no prop drilling. Okay, so actually what is going to happen, let me tell you. See, this mode preview is accessing data, the mood which is actually present in the pipeline mood context, without actually being passed up here in the when we have to pass the data and we have to catch the data, it should be passed in here. But without this prop drilling we are getting, because we have used use context in it. And that is what is happening. See, when you go to use context, you click on chill, the mood from the context is chill. Okay, when you on focus, it is becoming focus. And how it is becoming focus? Because you created a pipeline. Okay, in that you are circulating mood value. Okay, so when the mood value becomes chill, it becomes set chill, set mode. This would be clear, because this all we have covered in our first boot camp, first day of the boot camp. Okay, and this mood value would be also prevailed to this mood preview. So the mood value goes to mood preview, and see, yes, the mood is being required by this mood preview. Okay, so it gets the data into it, and it is shown up here. It is shown up here. I think this particular point thing is clear to you. See, the attendance is actually shared at 7:45, 7:40, 7:50. Okay, so just focus on what we are doing. I think this particular thing would be clear, that why we are using use context. It actually creates a pipeline. Okay, in which data is flowing in, and it checks for the files. It checks the files that is this data is being used in it. If this data is used in it, it gets to it. If this data is going to use in it, it gets to it. So there is no prop drilling which is happening in it. Okay, it creates a pipeline. Okay, and how it creates a pipeline, that I have already shown you, that this is the syntax. This is the same syntax that we have used in it, that we created a pipeline here, kind of a pipeline. Like, I am creating an analogy, it's not a pipeline. Okay, I think this would be clear to you. Okay, and notes are actually provided in the community group, so be active in that. And if you have not gotten the notes, then I'll share it tomorrow, because I don't have a shareable link now, but I think they must have shared the link. Okay. Any doubt till here? If any doubt, I'll just see, and we will move towards the last hook then. That this hook very much important, and it is very much useful too. Okay, just tell me in section that if you are having any doubt. I am looking at this chat section. Okay, I think no doubts are there. Everything is perfect. So now look, the what the use reducer is do help us to do. The use reducer actually, what it do is that it actually separates the logic in another file, and helps the like the functions that we are performing in another file. So this actually, they are connected using use reducer, and this actually helps to maintain the our UI components on the front end much easier. So what we are doing till now, are you able to get my point? Let me show you with a example what we are doing. Let me take a good example so that it would be more clear to you. See what we are doing. Suppose go into use callback lab. We have defined the function here. We have defined the state here. So what this particular use reducer do, it actually helps us to different like put the logic in another file, and put the actions that have to be performed in the another file, and they are actually combined to each other using use reducers. Okay, so this is what this particular diagram is also saying. So what this happens, suppose just take an example here. So suppose this is a to do form that we have made. What we will do, when we will click the add to do, it will dispatch something. Okay, it will dispatch to reducer. It will dispatch an action, that what action you have performed. It will dispatch the action, it will go to the reducer, it will change the state, and will show to you. So this dispatch and reducer would be mentioned in different files. So it actually helps to makes our file maintainable, more like when you are working on big projects. So it would be easy for you to debug that project when the logic is at another point, and what the function has to be performed is at another file. So these two actually performing this are actually telling the same thing if you look at closely. If anyone is having any doubt in this particular thing, just tell me that what this use reducer actually performs. See, this is actually what the syntax is. I'll tell you the syntax when we will be coding, but just get this my point. The event handler, like event handler means when you click on the add to do, it will dispatch something. It will go to reducer. Then the reducer will actually do the particular function that it has to perform, and it change the state and will update the UI or re-render the UI. Just tell me that if you are having any doubt, because this is one of the most functionality which is being used in most of the projects. This particular thing, the syntax we will look when I'm coding with you. Okay, so just tell me that if you are having any doubt in use reducer. I am looking at the chat section. Hooks used means The use reducer would be the hook which we will be using. Okay. Now I think we can go to we can move towards the coding part. Okay. Now you will see that what I was trying to say, though I am mentioning them in the same file for your easiness, but you will see that how they are separate and how the function is working. Okay. Use reducer lab.jsx. Okay. Now in this what you do, you first mention the initial state. You will first tell what is the initial status of your like code that you want. Like, you'll get to know what I'm trying to say. Just you have to mention that what is the initial state. What is the initial state of the count? I'm saying that count is now 1, count is 0. Suppose count is 0. Okay, suppose 0. Okay, you mentioned the initial state. Now you will make a reducer here. Reduce function reducer, in which there is a state which is being passed. This is one of the particular thing that you have to like be very careful about. So just listen very carefully that what I'm performing and just code along with me. So yes, your attendance link has also been shared. So do fill out that also. Okay. So till then I am coding, because I'll explain it to you later. That we will be providing action type case inc. Okay, what it is saying, case increase return. So this particular thing, what it will do, it will open up the state. Open up this three dots mean it will open up the state. Okay. And what it will do, it will look at the initial state which is count 0. And what it will do to the count, it will do to the count that the count which is mentioned in the state, do +1 in it. +1 in it. Okay. Now similar case would be formed for many. Like, we are actually making kind of a pointer decreasing, like decreasing and increasing function. So we will replicate this, but now the case would be decrease. Okay, and count would be -1. So what these three dots would do, it will open up the state, it will look in the state, it will subtract it, and will like dispatch the function, like goes to the users again. Okay. Now you will do one more thing, which is this. You but here would be sat status status, not status. Okay. So what it will do, it will go and it will say action.status. You will get to know that what we are coding once. Just complete this thing with me, code along with me till then. Okay. And in default case, just return the state. We want default, just return the state. Okay. So I think this particular thing would be clear. We will go to use reducer lab, and here we will mention the const. Oh, const state dispatch is equals to use reducer. We have passed the initial. So in use reducer, we are passing this reducer and the initial state of the like the program. Okay, which is counter, which is 0 now. For now it is 0. Okay. In the return part, this can be removed. These are comments which we don't need. We come here on the button, what we are going to do, we are going to add an on click functionality in it. On click, what we'll do, we will dispatch we will dispatch what we will dispatch type, we will dispatch type this. Now you will see that how the code flow is working. The similar for the plus one, I think so. Okay, and here would be showing us state dot count. Okay, and here we'll be mentioning for the plus, but here dispatch type would be increase because we have mentioned increased here. Okay, so increased here. So nice, this would be here, and in these we will make some changes, I think. Let's do this coding part also, because you can understand from the above functionality that we have what we have implemented. So you can just go to dispatch type status, and status would be loading. Okay, now similar on click functionality would be given to all the buttons, but with the different dispatch. Okay, but with the different dispatch, like this is status with different status would be success, status would be error. Now we'll go to app.jsx, we will import this particular function, import use what we have used use reducer lab. We'll go to app.jsx here. So now when we'll come to this, the use reducer is there. So now you will understand that what I was trying to say. See, the code is here, use context, remove this, use the focus on use reducer. We have made a reducer function. This is actually the logic file in like the big project. This particular file is different. So now for your easy understanding, I have like created in the one file also, in the one file only. Okay, so just think that these are the reducer, these are the initial state, okay, of the count value which I have passed in it. So when I'm declaring that I want a use reducer, am I doing? I am passing state in it, I am passing dispatch in it, like the dispatch functionality, and I am passing that your reducer and initial values are this. Okay, so what happened when on click is done, like suppose like this particular plus is clicked, what must have happened? Dispatch function has been there, and a type of decreased has been sent with it. Like, are you getting my point? So there would be a box, just consider a box, like there would be a like you clicked on click, you clicked on click, there would be a dispatch would happen which is saying decrease in it, like dec in it. It will go to here, it will say yes, there is something which is saying decrease in it. Okay, so what this decrease would do, it will open the state and it will minus the one. Okay, it will decrease the count and update the state and return to us and re-render here. It will update the state and will re-render here. So are you able to get my point that you actually separated logic and on-click functionality separately, and this actually maintains your UI very like handy and maintainable for large scale apps. If anyone has doubt, we have created 8 hooks till now, and these are the major hooks which are used in any project. Since now, till my journey of this web dev engineering, I have never used custom hooks. So these means, though I'll be telling you how to make those custom hooks, but these are the 8 hooks which are used everywhere, which are the like only things which are used everywhere. The custom hooks are the hooks which would be used, which would be made on using these hooks only. Okay, so I think if these 8 are clear in your mind that what we have done, then I think you are like super duper in your React part. Is this particular point clear? On event handler, what we did, we dispatch something, we dispatch, and we tell decrease in it. This goes to the reducer, find the case decrease, opens up the state, to the function that it want, and returns us the state, and it get updated. So the thing which we were doing in the one file itself, we have actually segregated it. So whenever like you will be debugging in the companies, it would be easy for you to go for the logic part, or it is a some part at the UI component. So okay, so this is the all. If anyone has doubt, just ask me in the comment section. We are done with our all 4 things. Okay, okay, good. If you are having no doubt, though I'll be sharing the notes after the session. Okay, be active in the community group, because there is the that's the place where you're going to get your notes from. If someone was asking about the GitHub link, yeah, it would be mentioned in the notes, but if you want now, I'll share it once again. I'll share in the notes itself. Okay, I think this is what the project would look like after the 2-day bootcamp. Tomorrow we will be doing 3 custom hooks or 4 custom hooks, that we will see. Okay, I think we are good to go with our session. Like, today's session was good. I think everyone got the idea that what we are trying to do with these hooks. So just share the link. Okay, let me just ask. Okay, if not today, you will get it tomorrow. I'll share it tomorrow. Okay, I'll share it tomorrow. No need to worry. Okay, it will be announced in the community group. So be there in the community group. Be active there. There will be shared. There will be shared the notes there. Okay. If no one is having doubt, we can wind up the session. Thank you for attending the session. Goodbye. Good night. Okay. Bye.